Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
You want to do the whole show from over there?
Kinda. I just wanted to do my new spot.
Just do it in the crowd.
Hey, boys and girls, welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the good stuff you care about. My name's Kevin Pereira. It's good to see you.
And I'm Allison Hayslip. We're coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles. Thank you. Thank you
You're very
much.
welcome. You're very welcome on the show today, folks. The Hammer himself, not MC, Adam Corolla, will join us in studio with tales of stand-up comedy and his rant-filled podcast. Also, he's going to answer your Twitter questions.
What?
So send them to @AOTS. All right.
That was you twittering?
That was the motion that I make when I tweet.
Aw, tweet, adorable.
Then on Gadget Prawn, you can't touch it yet, but we're gonna rub down the new Droid X. Oh, we're gonna give it a good once-over. All over its 4.3-inch multi-touch screen. Love it.
Sassy.
It's an early exclusive review of the Motorola Spawn smartphone. Might be an iPhone killer. Just saying.
What?
Might be an iPhone killer.
What? Finally. All right, plus, dust off those old To Catch a Predator jokes. Our own Blair Herter sits down with Adrian Brody and Robert Rodriguez to talk about the new movie featuring everyone's favorite be dreadlocked space murderers.
Be dreadlocked?
Be dreadlocked.
The dreadlock.
I'm talking about the Predators, if you didn't know.
The dreadlock.
The dreadlocks.
The dreadlock.
Oh, what did I say? Be dreadlocked?
Be dreadlocked, yeah. But dreadlock.
Whatever, you
like
knew what I meant.
bedazzled or but.
Aliens with dreadlocks, who are they gonna be? Predators, duh. And Kevin examines a few state-of-the-art techniques being used to clean up the BP oil spill in a thinly veiled attempt to get someone to touch his tar balls. Good job.
Maybe they'll flip their bedreadlocks into the bagulf
Bedreadlocked.
to absorb the
Be dreadlocked.
spill.
Whatever. It's time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
I'm not ready to let it go.
Fine.
All right, let's go.
What
around
else
the
can
net.
I say wrong?
Let's go around the net.
Give me something else to say incorrectly.
I don't have to give it to you. You'll find it.
Write
You'll
it
get
out.
there.
I'll
You'll
say
get
it
there.
wrong.
I want to talk about weddings.
What?
It's just something I like to chat about. It's my go-to. Weddings take months of planning, but anyone who's ever been married, right, fellas?
No one's married here.
No
What are you
one's
talking about?
Anyone who's ever been married knows that the actual event, it just goes by in a blur. It's just one and done.
You know, it's a really good thing you shelled out $5 grand for a photographer so all those beautiful memories can be preserved for all time.
Hilarious.
Oh, man!
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that man just lost like $20,000 of photographic equipment and probably his livelihood as well. That is hilarious.
Wait, and he'll never be able to support himself financially again.
No, he
So many loans.
Actually, let's see it again. That is really funny. You mentioned that point now because when he falls right there,
No!
that's it. No
But
food on the
he's in
table.
water.
No.
Kids are starving.
His kids are not going to eat
starving
ever
right
again.
now.
They're going to die
Oh my
and never
gosh.
go to college.
So funny.
His wife will leave him.
It's awesome. Awesome.
A few weeks back, automotive GPS provider TomTom debuted their turn-by-turn nav system, which was voiced by Darth Vader.
And today's number 4 video features a behind-the-scenes look at Yoda's turn in the VO booth.
He should be here by now. Hello? Is anyone in there?
Yes, found me you have. The third exit on the roundabout you must take.
Okay, is there any way you can say things without reversing them all
One
the time?
moment. Throat I must clear. Left you must keep.
Wrong.
Must left you keep.
No.
You left keep must.
You're gonna kill people if you give directions like that.
Must you keep left?
Oh, come on! I mean, how hard is it to read the... Actually, that's perfect. I think we're done here.
All right. So Yoda didn't know that the galaxy's greatest evil was in the next office. Why should I trust that he knows how to get to Pinkberry?
Yeah, and old people can't drive anyway. I mean, they think the quickest route to anything is through a farmer's market. It's like, Too soon?
Burn.
Did anybody actually die in that? They did?
Yeah. I think like 7 people.
Oh, that's That's not enough for a benefit concert. We're all right.
Nope.
We're good.
Keep on going.
Today's number 3 item is an Egyptian commercial for a product called Panda Cheese.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Wait.
Can real quick. Panda cheese.
All right, now before you flip out, no, the cheese is not made from panda milk. That's gross. Just cool it,
Oh, I
okay?
think it's kind of sexy. But these ads are actually some of the best we've ever seen.
الفلوس هصطفي يلا عشان الفطور جايبه لك النهارده سندوتشات جبنه
لا والله ماليش نفس.
Just you know why. Why you and I will by and by.
Yeah. I like that one. There's nothing like a homicidal bear creeping everyone out and hanging out in the recovery ward at night.
I'm not the only one screwing up words today. What?
Hey, look at that.
High five,
We're
good
both
show.
failures.
I know. Yay! Like I say, pandas, I mean, they're either sneezing or snuffing out the sick. You've been warned, people.
Pandas are dicks.
Stupid dickish pandas.
Right up there with bald eagles and pelicans.
Such dicks. All right, today's number 2 item is a tech.
Really? We got a panda or
Someone's
a...
really upset over there.
I hug my pelican squishable every night. How
Yeah.
dare you?
Who was it? Who was it?
Yeah, no, out him. Don't look hard for pelicans. It's all right. It's all right.
Seriously, you can talk about old people driving through farmers market.
No, but you don't touch the pelicans.
Yeah, you mess with the pandas and the pelicans.
They're stealing
forget
all
it.
our oil. Whatever.
Oh,
They deserve
man.
it.
All right, today's number 2 is a tech report from our favorite honestly dishonest journalist, the Onion News Network.
Yes, in case you've been living under a rock or an Android device, you've noticed Apple is just about everywhere these days. They got their iPads and their iPhone 4s and their horrible mismanagement of AntennaGate.
But no amount of bad news could ever dampen the spirits of the Apple fanboy. And now, Steve Jobs has a new overpriced service just for them.
Today, Apple stores across the country unveiled the Friend Bar, where obsessive Apple users can come to discuss Mac products at length.
The Friend Bar is already a success, with some Apple fans scheduling appointments up to 4 hours in length.
Drives me so nuts if Firefox is disabling the plugin for Mail RC3.
Genius bars across the country are reporting shorter wait times as customers who just want to impress Apple employees with their ironic desktop image or their impeccably organized iTunes library are redirected to the Friend Bar. And the discussions don't have to be limited to Apple products. Friend Bar employees are trained to discuss a range of topics Apple customers are interested in, from finding a good Neapolitan pizza to talking to girls you aren't already in an improv troupe with.
That last one was great.
Man.
Hey,
Great.
unlike the iPad, do Apple Bar chicks have like a port that I can actually connect to?
Have you had a virus check?
Yeah, that app is free.
Then I think you're good to go.
Now, sometimes with a virus, you can only hope to quarantine, my friends. You can't clean them all. Thanks, Norton. Still ahead, hungry bears don't just eat rainbows.
They also eat fried chicken. This is a double surprise and our number 1 around the net.
Don't run from your past.
Don't touch me.
Don't run from your past. I'm not gonna...
We're doing a show, dude.
Huh?
We're doing a show.
I was telling my friend to watch. I said we're coming back from commercial.
Right now.
He doesn't have TiVo. He switches to other channels. I call him every time.
Why
I'm
are
like,
you
switch
friends
back.
with someone who doesn't have TiVo?
I would never be friends with someone who doesn't have TiVo.
Seriously?
That's how you knew I was lying.
Oh, man.
Coming in at number 1 again today for I think it's a record 3rd day in a row, my friend. I don't think we've ever done this with a clip, but here it is, day number 3. Some double rainbow action for you. It happened.
That is just how good it is.
Yeah.
Hungry Bear inspired this hungry man to take a trip through the drive-thru, and the wonders of fast food were revealed.
KFC Taco Bell double-licious all the way. Oh, wow. So intense. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, double-licious all the way. Oh, KFC KFC Double Down. Oh, it's starting to look like a triple-licious. Oh, wow. Oh, what does it mean? Oh, my God.
Triple-licious.
Triple-licious. That's actually how a double rainbow became a quadruple bypass.
Wait, I love that story. Can we tell it again?
No, we can't. We can't now. But don't worry, because this thing will probably be going on all next week or next month or whatever.
Double rainbows all the way.
They're not going anywhere.
Woo! In the sky. Isn't that the remix? Whoa, why did you give me that look? That's the video you found.
No, I'm just. Oh, true. That's the Hey Slip remix. Throw it down again. What do you got?
Double rainbows in the sky.
There you go.
Welcome.
No auto-tune necessary. She's pitch perfect. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
Predators. In space, they don't drive white panel vans and offer you candy.
No, they just chase Adrian Brody.
The heat-seeking Predators are back courtesy of Robert Rodriguez, and they've got their sights set on capturing the glory of the original.
Best way to catch a predator: shoulder-mounted plasma cannon, posing like a 14-year-old on the internet. What do you think? Come on, boys. You're the masters here.
This planet is a game preserve. And we're the game.
This is the successor to Predator. How do you make that movie?
We just took a time machine and said, let's pretend like that's what we're doing. Is Predator and Predators, like Alien and Aliens. These two movies are connected. Nothing else exists. And let's just try to make something that lives up to that.
How do you get prepared for something like this? Because this really is the spiritual successor to Predator.
It's an opportunity to do something that I've looked to do for a really long time, which is to find a contemporary leading man in a studio action film and do the work that I do. Today's audiences are unfortunately very aware of what young men and women look like in the military. They're not physically that dissimilar to myself. You cannot rely entirely on a physical strength to depict a strong leading man, and that you have to come at it with an intellectual strength and a hardness.
In case you didn't notice, we just got fleshed out.
What I really loved about Robert's original draft was this idea of men and women who are just quick to kill one another. That dynamic never existed. I mean, these films typically have a unit, a well-oiled machine that goes into a situation and is disassembled. Whereas we had nuts and bolts going into it, and these guys had to forge a machine to come together.
The story actually dictated the fact we needed other types of killers on the planet because predators evolved by what they hunt. And they'd already hunted the Arnold type. They needed to go find like a Yakuza. They needed to find a mercenary. They find a sniper. So it allowed us to go explore different types of people and different types of killers.
Joining the classic Stan Winston-designed Predator are 3 new beasts, each packing some of the latest in human hunting weapons.
How do we kill them however you can?
In Robert's original draft, they explored this concept of another tribe, and I thought it was a fascinating thing that we should really concentrate on.
What are your thoughts on the new Predators?
To watch a species of predators evolve and to introduce a new apex predator now is very exciting. It's what it needs.
Can we end with a Dylan Dutch? One time?
Dylan!
Welcome back to the jungle, baby.
You're gonna die! Was that Blair singing at the end of that package?
That was feminine.
Wow.
You know what's really scary, though?
What?
Someday, I think those predators are going to figure out how to use Craigslist, and then we're all doomed.
Those be-dreadlocked predators.
Those damn be-dreadlocked predators.
Kevin.
Look at your babangs.
I'm babangs.
You're so babanged.
I'm babanged. That sounds dirty.
Sounds like you did just get babanged, yes.
I just got babanged.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you have any plans tonight?
Oh, I will be trying not to fart.
I'm sorry?
Try not to fart. Okay, break.
Okay.
This is an emergency, folks. We have to cover this. It's not a game break. It's more of a game
emergency.
Hairline fracture.
Why is
This is a quick one. There is a new Xbox Live indie game called Try Not to Fart.
Okay.
From the geniuses over at Silver Dollar Games. I'm in love with it, as you can imagine. In it, you follow a couple's relationship starting from the first date all the way to the wedding. You can get married. You can have a kid. You can even kind of swaddle your baby.
Wow. Does the baby grow up and become president? And then
I didn't make it that far. I didn't make it that far.
You farted?
I made it pretty far into the game. I wasted a significant portion of my weekend on this. Didn't really want to admit that, but I did. And as you can see, well, I'm just going to walk you through it. Like,
all right.
forget
I
talking
get to
you through
play.
it. Yeah, let's just play it.
All
So we have it fired up here, and you're now at the dinner, which is level 2.
Okay.
And you'll see at the top there's controls that will pop up.
Yes.
So you have
So
to
I
hold
hit
Y
Y
because
now.
it just appeared, and you have to let go of it when it starts to blink. And what happens is it becomes very quickly a game of Twister for your hands. And the audio that's being spoken at this time is like sort of random audio clips where you can just hear people having these conversations.
I just did all right there.
You did good.
All right.
But let's just
so what
enjoy
happens
the
if
game.
I hit a button wrong?
You'll see. You'll see.
Oh,
careful.
that's what happens.
Oh man, that was nuclear.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no.
I don't know why all
I'm
of a sudden
trying.
I have so much gas.
Okay, there we go.
Do you want some more water?
So, do you do anything
All right, hold on, one more.
You have to use fingers, like.
I know it makes us all.
Sir, there's a restroom for you.
Oh man!
I know it turns us all into 6-year-olds, but that's why I love
get
it.
you anything
Each
else?
round is 2 minutes long, and as you can see, there's a fart tolerance at the top right. And if you fart too much,
want
the
some more
scene gets
water?
all green and gaseous, and you lose. And I love
Sorry,
that.
guys,
No, hang in
sorry.
there. Hang in there. You
Oh,
got a minute
I'm still
left.
playing. Okay.
I love that it's probably like a team of I don't know, a person or 3 people
Oh, crap.
that actually made this game.
Crap!
Literally.
All right.
But the reactions are great. I love the MS Paint sort of South Park style animation here. The dialogue again is funny at times, and it's actually kind of fun to play when
Look at
your
how my
fingers get all
hands are on the
twisted.
controller. Can you see it?
Careful.
Oh god. Oh god, that was bad.
All right,
Oh,
I think
man.
we got it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're good. That's try not to fart, everybody.
Sorry.
Here's the thing. People
What?
see that and go, "Oh, you're crazy. You can." It's $1. It's 80 Microsoft Fun Points.
That right there was worth $1, and
It's
apparently there's
$1.
way more levels than what I just
There's
played.
way more. Trying not to fart while doing the proposal, very funny. Meeting the parents for the first time, it's a great game.
$1. Go get it, people. It's
There you
awesome. All right, still ahead on Gadget Prawn, we review the new Droid X after having tickled and blown all of its proverbial bells and whistles.
And later, we have 2 huge Attack of the Show exclusive. First, we get the world's most expert sports opinion on LeBron James and his future plans.
And then if you F with Danny Trejo, you get the machete.
Yeah.
We have the exclusive trailer for the new Robert Rodriguez film. Stick around or things get stabby. Stabby. Believe it or not, LeBron James did not invent basketball.
Nah, but he's sure acting like he did. Right now, with a special commentary on the entire situation, it's a Time to Sports Sudden Death Minute. Welcome back to a special Time to Sports Minute. I'm Kevin Pereira, your ball master.
Ball master.
Of course, the big news of the day is LeBron James leaving the Cleveland Steamers. Now, he's going to announce his future tonight, but here's my time to gamble prognostication.
Gambling is illegal in most states.
My predictions for jolly old King James? Well, it's not likely, but he could start his own team. The Chrysler LeBarons of Alabama. Of course, he could also stay local and just cross Lake Erie to play slapstick for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But all my money has been wagered on LeBaron going to the Juggalos. Yes, my friends, his magic dribble fingers make him the perfect fit to bounce balls between Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent May. Come on, pour out that haterade, because I smell an endorsement deal with the real soft drink of champions, Faygo.
Carbonation. How does that work?
And don't cry for the state of Cleveland. They'll always have their fancy steamers. Oh, sure, they'll say that it stinks and that it's a giant hot mess. But once they get everything off their chest, they'll feel so much better. And hey, now that they won't be paying LeBaron anymore, they'll have millions of dollars to reopen schools, buy fire trucks, and finally turn their outhouses into in-houses.
Indoor dumping.
Oh, you know what that sound means. We've run down the clock and are now in overtime. I'm Kevin Pereira, and I'll see you when it's time to sports.
That clears everything up.
Yes, good news for Detroit, because Cleveland is now the new you.
Oh, snap! And there's more than just bounce ball news, right, Blair?
Oh, right.
You like what I
I
did,
love that
bounce ball?
soccer is kicky ball and basketball is we refuse to refer to it as their actual name.
It's time to sports, Blair.
Yeah, let's start.
Get with it.
Let's start the eating. See, I changed the. It is Thursday, July 8th. Here are your top stories. Nominees for the Primetime Emmys were just announced, and the biggest news is that the now-canceled Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, oh man, was nominated in the Best Variety Musical or Comedy Series category, and Jay Leno was not. Yeah, in other Emmy news, Glee pulled an upset by getting 19 nominations, the most for any ongoing series, while miniseries The Pacific nabbed the most overall nominations with 24. Dormer Freaks, calm down, my friends. Lost is actually up for Best Drama. Now, some of our favorite overlooked series, including Community and It's Always Sunny, did not get anything. What the F, man? We've got a double rainbow dose of video game news for you today. EA and BioWare just announced Dragon Age 2, yay! They also have a prompter, and it said cheer just now, and they read that. Obviously, a sequel to last year's RPG hit. The game will feature updated graphics, an upgrade of the combat system, and a plot that focuses on your character's decade-long rise to power. What's not going to be featured is my voiceover work. GameStop is already accepting pre-orders for a February 1st, 2011 release date. And if you've shot everyone in Red Dead Redemption, do not worry, 4 DLC expansion packs are on the way at a cost of $10 each. The first one, called Legends and Killers, ships in August. Oh, and the fourth one is going to have zombies. No, that's not. It's actually going to have zombies. Makes no sense. And now my favorite story so far. Real news here, folks. The soothsaying octopus that has accurately predicted the outcome of every one of Germany's World Cup soccer matches has been receiving death threats. The octopus, more informally known as Paul, first enraged Argentinian fans who blame his who writes these words in here? You know how I am. For Argentina's loss in the semifinals. But now that he doomed Germany by correctly predicting a victory for Spain, he's made enemies on his home turf. While security had to be heightened for the mystic mollusk, Paul's keeper is confident that the puss is well protected, saying bluntly, he will survive. I'm Blair Herder, and this was the most ridiculous day of news I ever did. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Blair.
I hadn't even heard of an octopus that could foretell the future of World Cup
We hadn't either until this World Cup.
And now he has death threats. Great. There we go.
The old soccer match. Hey, with an 8-megapixel camera, 720p HD video recording, Flash 10.1 capability as well, the new Droid X really represents Motorola's latest attempt to sucker punch Apple right in its phone hole.
In fact, they were so confident about their new Lucas dubbed superphone, they let us review it before its July 15th release date. Those are some pretty big balloons, Motorola.
All right, let's get down to the nitty and maybe some gritty. It's time for Gadgetron.
Here it is, the Droid X. Oh my gosh. All right, it is longer and wider than the new iPhone, but just barely thicker. Check that out. It weighs about an ounce more than the iPhone. It feels very sturdy. It does have this weird lip thing. But nope, it's on this side. There you go. It didn't bother us too much in our pocket. I kind of think if you put it on a table, it then has a little lift so you can see it a bit.
That's your hand.
Whatever.
It's hard to imagine. I mean, on a table I can imagine it, but on your hand it was very confusing.
It's very confusing. All right, obviously the phone is bigger all around because of the huge 4.3-inch screen. So is that worth the size trade-off?
For a size queen, sure. I think it's almost an inch larger than the iPhone 4 screen, but it's got an 854 by 480 resolution, which is lower than the iPhones. Overall, it was nice having more room to work with, but I think there's two camps here. There's resolution versus real estate, and it all depends on where you fall. Some people will scream, but it doesn't have a retina screen. You don't even know what a retina is, so you shut up, first of all.
It's in your eyeball, not in your phone.
Yeah, second of all, I like a larger screen myself, so I enjoyed the extra real estate. Like having that giant monitor in your pocket fantastic. I will say that I think the future droid, you'll see a screen this size, but you won't have all this extra space down here for the buttons. I think that is the ideal
That'll
size
be
for the phone
part
is
of-
just the screen. So.
Yeah. And that's about the size of the regular droid. It's
Correct.
like they took the whole size of the phone, made it the screen, and then added some stuff around it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now it runs on Android 2.1 with an upgraded version of Moto Blur. That's Motorola's social network widgets. And it has a 1 gigahertz OMAP processor. So is this interface faster and easier to use than the ones we've seen on the iPhone or the Incredible?
It's competitive.
It is.
There's no clear winner here. The touchscreen is very responsive. It
Right.
supports pinch and zoom as well. You have 7 different home screens to customize, and you can add widgets.
Do you like the widgets?
Well, here's the thing. Moto Blur has been vastly improved. Each
That's
widget
good.
is resizable. They're easier to use. Like on other phones and even on the original Droid, Moto Blur felt clunky and just a little busy. And here, look, you can quickly resize things, and this is a great widget. So you can just have one-touch access to call or text somebody. There's widgets to quickly turn on GPS and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So if you like those widgets, great. Drag and drop them onto one of your 7 screens, and you're good to go. If you don't, ignore them, and
Right.
you're fine. So stop whining. The keyboard is almost as good as the iPhones, and of course, the screen real estate really lends to the typing experience. You turn this thing into landscape mode, you're good to go. And you can also do the swipe to type feature, which is all the rage with the tweens. Too hard to drive and type that way for me. I'm an old school texting man when I'm on the freeway. But the feature is
Kevin,
there.
you're not supposed to text while you're driving.
Not swipe to text while driving? That's ridiculous.
They're
Very
going to make a
unsafe.
whole new law for that.
As for speed, it's practically a tie with the iPhone 4 and the Droid Incredible when launching apps or loading web pages. As for the original Droid, there is no comparison whatsoever. It blows it out of the water. So the Droid X is super fast. That's the bottom line.
I'm going to have to say bye to my droid soon. Sorry.
Yeah, you should have said that from day one.
Okay, the features have been heavily upgraded. There's an 8-megapixel camera, 720p HD video recording, 3G mobile hotspot capability, a ton more. It might come with a pair of shoes. We don't know. How well do they all work?
It does, yeah. It works pretty well. The camera has lots of different scenes and effects. It takes good pictures in normal light. Lower light is where you're going to have some problems. The flash helps, but not much. They're just kind of good enough. Video, again, looks good, has some of the same problems. The ability to record in 720p along with HDMI output directly on the phone, it's powerful. Like it's definitely a bullet point on a spreadsheet when they go, our phone has this and yours doesn't. I don't know who's going to be carrying around a mini HDMI cable all the time or expect that there's going to be one at their mixtape jam party that they're throwing so that they can put their crazy art visuals on the screen. But hey, it has it. Cool. Well, I'm a fan of it. The 3G mobile hotspot is easy to activate. It does cost an extra $20 a month, which I think is a bit pricey. And there's a data cap of 2 gigs on it. Here's the cool thing. You can stream media from your phone to any Xbox or any other device that supports DLNA.
That's fantastic.
With a built-in app. To me, that's even cooler than having the HDMI built in. I mean, it should be wireless. The browser is multi-touch. It will support Flash 10.1 later this summer when Android is updated to 2.2. So
I did a little cheer there.
yeah, whole new way to crash your devices, kids. No front-facing camera, so there will be no Jetsons-esque futuristic phone calls.
Right.
And the battery life, we did limited testing with it. It was good. It seemed to hold up. It's probably not going to be amazing, but there you have it.
And I just want to point out that I'm a huge fan of this moving wallpaper that's on it.
Live
Can you
wallpapers
see
are
it?
awesome. That's like
It's Mario.
Yeah,
it's sweet.
I had to tweet that out a couple weeks ago.
It's still going on.
If you
Check
like,
that out.
if you like watching Mario and your battery drain in real time,
Whatever.
this is
Totally worth
absolutely
it.
the feature for you. I love it.
It's $200
Yeah.
with a contract. What are we rating it?
Allison, I'm sorry. We are actually giving the Droid X a 5 out of 5.
Whoa!
This is the best Android phone we've tested. Again, it's on the Verizon network, and many people would say they have the best coverage.
I would definitely say that.
Drawbacks, of course, the camera. It's too big for some. Some people are not going to like the size of this phone. Paying extra for hotspot and visual voicemail. Come on, Verizon, figure that out. With that said,
Visual voicemail kind of blows to me.
best
anyway.
Droid phone. There you go.
Snap!
That's it for GadgetPron. Remember, for even more of the latest news on computers, tech, and games, and everything else, check out g4tv.com/thefeed.
All right, so on a future attack of the show, we hope to bring you news that BP's oil spill has been turned off, but we're nowhere even close to that right now.
No, but the world scientists are hard at work on trying to figure out some of the newest high-tech solutions to this ongoing problem. Now entering its 3rd month, the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico is one of the worst man-made disasters in history, and it still shows no sign of ending.
If we don't throw everything at this, including the kitchen sink, the only fish we're going to have is the pictures we have of the past. Because it is destroying, mile by mile, all of South Louisiana.
All right, right now we're about 2 miles out from where the oil's been reported, and as you can see, they've got a line of airboats right here that just got tons and tons of boom ready to deploy. Billy Nungesser was saying that this is their plan in case the oil makes it this far in, but he's also been very vocal about the fact that it shouldn't make it this far. They want to fight the oil way out there, but unfortunately, it looks like it's going to come in here at some point.
Over 40,000 ideas have been submitted from people all over the world, but BP's cleanup strategies still seem stuck in the past. The company seems intent on only using techniques used in previous spills, like drilling relief wells or placing booms and sandbags to try to protect the shoreline. But many feel that there is much more that could be done.
An interesting angle to this catastrophe, Rodney, I think, is the amount of science and technology that's going into proposed cleanup solutions. And you have one of those solutions.
That's correct.
What is the Swift Ship?
The technology is basically an all-water separator, tested and proven by the Coast Guard. This is the retriever. All in water goes in here, and there's another one on the other side. But whatever you encounter is coming to you, is coming in the vessel. It goes in the retriever, goes inside, and goes through the kidneys.
And what are these kidneys made of? What is that? Is that the secret sauce? Is that what allows it to be filtered?
That's the patent. We call it the kidney and liken it to the kidney in your body. And the oil is displacing the water out of the bottom of the vessel. So when you're full, you close the door and you start offloading.
Another promising aid is the massive Taiwanese vessel dubbed a whale. Billed as the world's largest oil skimmer, a whale is supposed to be able to collect over 20 million gallons of oily water per day. Micronized polyurethane powder, or MPU, is an oil-absorbent powder that's certified as non-hazardous by the Environmental Protection Agency. It works by binding the oil molecules together so it can be more easily collected and removed. Mobius Technologies, the company that makes MPU, said that it can deliver enough powder to absorb 25,000 barrels of oil, but the chemical has yet to be used.
I think all they're doing is just BS for the media. They know that the relief well is the only thing. So I feel that they're just doing whatever token efforts that very well may work, but they really don't think it is. And they're doing it for the media's perception.
Not all potential solutions go unused, however. BP recently purchased 32 centrifuges from Kevin Costner's Ocean Therapy Solutions. The machines work by forming a vortex that separates oil from water, and once deployed, each centrifuge can filter 200 gallons of oil per minute.
We have to find a way to get a grip on oil. That's what this machine was intended for, to be a first line of defense against oil spills. It enabled us to protect an ecosystem that cannot protect itself.
I've heard personally, at least 20 different proposed solutions. People are coming out of the woodwork, which is amazing. That's what it's all about, is people coming to help you guys. But I hear that there's an applications process. Why is there no transparency regarding what ideas you're...
Well, I wouldn't say an application, but it is a submission process. But you hit on the issue. We don't know if it's going to work for a spill of this nature, this type of crude. So there has to be some evaluation process. We have to look if it is viable for the type of oil that we're dealing with here, the type of environment we're dealing with here.
The proposed methods for cleaning up the oil spill are abundant, from the tried and true to the experimental. But in the end, the approach is irrelevant. What matters most is the outcome: a restored Gulf, a rehabilitated coastline, and hopefully the wisdom to not get into this position again.
So, in summation,
yes.
Deep water oil drilling technology is way more advanced than shallow water oil cleanup?
Yep. There you have it.
Unfortunate. I have some more grim news.
Oh, awesome.
Comic-Con is sold out.
Oh, don't ruin the economy. Don't make people panic.
I'm sorry.
Relax. They can actually watch it odor-free from their couches right here on G4. That's not bad news.
No.
That is a silver lining, my
That's
friends.
right. It's all coming back to me. We have 4 hours of live exclusive Comic-Con coverage on July 24th.
You're psychic, like Jean Grey.
No, actually, she has telekinesis. You're thinking of Professor X.
Shut up, nerd.
Just saying.
We've got tons of great stuff from San Diego this year, including the casts of Fringe, The Big Bang Theory, Chuck, and a massive Attack of the Show panel on Saturday at 5. It is going to be huge.
Massive. Fine.
Go ahead, nerd. Add something.
I would just like to add that we'll announce some more AOTS Comic-Con exclusives next week, so keep watching. You can get all the info at g4tv.com/Comic-Con.
Convenient.
Yes. All right, when we come back, podcasts and dirty jokes with TV, radio, and film star Adam the Hammer Corolla. Stay tuned.
And it's an AOTS exclusive. Robert De Niro and Lindsay Lohan in the same movie.
What?
With Danny Trejo?
What?
Yeah. Machete is up next.
Isn't she in jail?
The feed is brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance Services.
Talkenburg. We'll be right back.
Folks, my next guest is funny in any medium. Film, TV, radio, web, watercolor, doesn't matter. Get clapping for the hilarious Adam Corolla, everybody.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I love me some G4. You know what I love?
What do you love?
You
The free satchel?
I
free
like
bag?
the satchel. I like the free water. I like the mini Snickers candy bars, which
Oh,
they're
fun
called,
size.
Yeah, fun size. But let me just do some fun size math for a second. If let's just talk about breasts for a second.
Sure.
If I showed you a double D rack and said, "Oh no, you can't have these. You get the A cups. That's the fun size." You'd be pissed.
I would disagree with you.
You'd be angry.
I
Like,
would
what do you
never come
mean,
back to your
fun
house for
size?
Halloween again.
No, I'm just saying. You don't have A cups. You have A cup. It's just one.
Just one. Spread out. It's distributed.
No, I'm just saying. Why is this much chocolate fun?
It's not fun.
A brick of chocolate is fun.
Yes.
I don't want chocolate I can keister without knowing it. If it fits through a funnel.
Is that where the fun comes from?
I'm not having a good time with chocolate that I'm not sure if I ate or not. Fun is the king size. It's not the fun size.
Like, it's the same thing same for genitals on men. I always announce this is party size, ladies.
Yeah,
this is just a snack size.
Yeah. That's right. It's a palate cleanser for
And
your
then
next penis.
there's 5 minutes of tears
Right.
for me, and then I hand over
My
cat fare.
penis is lemon sorbet.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah.
For the main, when the main dish is served. Yeah.
I call it the main dish. It's getting here.
What I like about G4s, you have really hot chicks who have to act excited about crap hot chicks aren't into. Like it's like, oh man, Dragon Slayer, The Reckoning's coming out on video. Awesome. Awesome. And then she just goes back.
You've
with her
never
rock star
chatted with a
boyfriend.
10 who's super excited that there's
No, they
802.11n in the
they
new
don't
iPhone?
care about any of this crap.
Really?
You force them to care
What do you
about
do?
it.
No way. This
They must
isn't-
go home and take like a Silkwood shower every night. Just, oh, I gotta get clean. I gotta get all that nerd off me. Oh.
We're not force feeding them like
I was
geese.
at Comic-Con all day pretending to enjoy it.
There's
yuck.
Actually, we have a Purell
I
deluge.
was a Raiderette. What am I doing here? Sorry.
This is the sort of brilliance that people can tune into all the time on your podcast, which was started as was it an FU to radio, or was it a I can't be on radio, so I'm gonna just destroy the internet and take over every iTunes top ranked slot there is?
Yeah, thanks. No, I got fired from radio right across the street, by the way, from where we are. So I had a little Vietnam-esque flashback as I pulled up, and. Maybe there's good Vietnam flashbacks. Like, hey, I was having sex with a super hot whore. Yeah.
I remember playing Pai Gow and smoking joints.
Like, not all
Vietnam
of
wasn't
them.
that bad.
You don't have to wake up in a cold sweat throwing punches in the air for all of them. Some of them you could wake up like, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, good tunes on the radio.
Good tunes. Yeah, a little Hendrix. No, I got kicked off the radio, or got fired from the radio, and my buddy, who's a computer guy, said, you got to do a podcast. And I was like, what's a podcast? And he's like, well, it's this, but you can say whatever you want. Right. And so we just hit the ground running. Did it for about a year, did sort of a little intimate interview style, and then recently got the band back together, got the radio personnel back together, and they're doing what is probably the first radio-style internet show.
Right. And are you any plans to animate this like other people have animated podcasts and put it on a DVD, or?
We are going to.
How will you pay the bandwidth bill when
Super
GeoCities
Marionation.
Go on.
It's cutting edge.
Super.
It's from the 60s. It's from Europe, so you know it's good. No, we sell advertising, and we also sell like merchandise, and we do all these live shows, and people come out and support us, and there is a way to monetize it. It's not, any different than radio, really. You talk, people listen, you sell a couple commercials, and you start talking some more.
But you don't have to toss to Hanson's latest hit or anything like that. You don't have a program director down your throat. This is all you.
We don't have to toss to Hanson's latest
True,
hits, but
true.
some of us, like the host, enjoy Hanson.
I'm not judging your
especially
iPod.
Seen them mature as not only a band, but as men. And we don't have to once again, but yes, we do choose to throw the Hanson.
Are you also under the influence of Bieber fever then? Is it?
I don't mock it. I don't say it with the tone you say.
What do you
yes.
He trends on the Twitter sphere. That is something to be respected.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and he does. And yes, I'm a fan of his.
All right, we have to wrap. Are you going to Comic-Con? Are you going to make it down there?
Yes, we are. We're going actually down there to. We will be at Comic-Con, and then we're going to play the House of Blues that Saturday. I think Friday or Saturday.
Very
so,
cool.
We'll be there.
Adam Corolla, always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
I
will be there.
My pleasure.
I will be chatting with hot women who hate cell phones. Let's go over to Miss Allison Hayslip.
All right, Adam, for the record, I totally care about everything we talk about on the show, and I was never a damn Raiderette. Got it? There's more Attack of the Show on the way, but first, Robert Rodriguez assembled an all-star cast for his immigration grindhouse flick Machete. It doesn't hit theaters until September 3rd, but here's the AOTS exclusive trailer now.
Wrong tonight. We'll come again.
18 seconds of fun. Go to G4TV.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more. How many more
18
seconds left?
seconds, relax. Thanks
We
to
do
our
have stuff
guests,
to say,
Adam
too.
Corolla and Miss Allison Hayslip. X-Play is going to start right now.
You have like 3.
Good night, everybody. No, we have like 4.
No,
3, 2, 1, and then it just flat.